Bosley, and welcome to Real World Pediatrics. So, today I want to talk about MMA or mixed martial arts. Now, kids are subjected to many, many negative influences these days, and MMA is one of them. Now, I'll be frank about it right from the beginning. I don't like MMA. It teaches wrong values, and I think it's bad for your kids. Now, unfortunately, MMA is ubiquitous in our society today. And furthermore, we have a president who promotes this violent, relatively unregulated sport. Now, the goal of MMA is to pummel or choke your man into submission before he taps out. And MMA uses knee and leg kicks, which generate far more power than a punch from a fist. Now, I've been to these events and I've seen little kids mimicking the fighters. And I don't know, quite frankly, that's not what we want. We don't want to teach kids that it's okay to keep pummeling a defenseless person. That's the mark of a society gone wrong. That's what the pagans believed in. That's what the Romans believed in. MMA is another brick in the wall of cruelty, tyranny, and oppression. It's far better to teach children how to resolve disputes than to settle them with fists and kicks. Now, naturally, our major corporations, who have always valued a buck over decency, have readily embraced MMA. Now, I was a young man when MMA was taking hold, and I was shocked to see corporate America embrace this blood sport. Well, now, decades later, I'm not shocked at all at what corporate America supports. When I watched my first MMA fight on television decades ago,
Royce Gracie
broke someone's arm. And in those days, this kind of stuff was permitted. Eye gouging was permitted. Now, when I saw this, I was really angry. I felt like taking a machine gun and killing someone. But I didn't know who to kill first. Should I kill the participants or should I kill the audience who was cheering them on? Okay, let's look at other countries. Do other countries permit MMA, and are there any who do not? And why? Well, as it turns out, that while MMA fights are increasingly accepted worldwide, there are a few countries that do have restrictions. And here are a few examples. Put them up on the screen there for you. Norway, professional MMA is illegal. Canada, provinces have the authority to regulate and sanction professional bouts. Afghanistan, that's surprising. The Taliban government banned mixed martial arts, citing incompatibility with Islamic law and concerns about its violence. Okay, what about the health effects of MMA? What does the data show? Well, 30% of all MMA fights end in a knockout. That's about the same as boxing. Thus, MMA fighters are likely to undergo a significant risk for CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Well, okay then, why not discourage boxing as well? Isn't boxing just as bad? Well, that's a good argument. That's a very good argument. Boxing is bad enough because, like MMA, it glamorizes violence. But MMA takes it to a new level of hysteria by adding in more power and more ways to disable someone. MMA has an animalistic flair to it. Its participants and the audience seem to be out for blood, not just victory. And there are less controls in MMA. The Marquis of Queensberry rules were instituted in boxing to provide safety. A boxer has to move into a neutral corner after he knocks an opponent down. This does not exist in MMA. In fact, the MMA fighter is encouraged to keep attacking so as to finish the opponent off. Boxers wear 8 to 10 ounce gloves when they participate. It's only 4 ounces in the MMA. That is far more damaging to an opponent. Knee kicks and chokeholds are forbidden in boxing, not so in MMA. Perhaps the biggest harm, though, is that both boxing and MMA reduce the dignity of a human being to that of an animal. And when you behave like an animal, you give the ruling class and the rich who control our country permission to treat you as an animal. And that's not good for your kids. That was the way of Rome, and Rome is no more because of it. Thank you.